Hey troops, it's another sunny day in West Calder near Livingston. Welcome to Bushcraft, Scotland. Hey troops, my name's Fraser, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this. It's the Polymath Products Mini Survival Tin. So what we're looking at here is my survival tin, the Polymath Products Survival Tin. It's an absolutely amazing tin. It's so well priced, it's so cheap. It doesn't come in this case. This is actually a case that was made for me by my friend Stuart over at Reviresco Leather. Brilliant little case, really snug round the tin, fits really well, and it's got this little tongue to help you pull it out. And what we've also got here is a couple of other products from him I thought I'd just show you. This is a little foraging pouch that he's made, a belt foraging pouch. Folds out like so. Allows you to gather all your tinder or your edibles, anything that you're looking for. And folds up nicely, obviously attaches to your belt. And he's also made me this really nice sheath for my Joker knife, which is an absolute mess just now. Great bit of kit, I really recommend him. I'll link to him down in the comments so you can have a look at his stuff. Please carry on there. But this is it, this is the tin itself. Now as you can see, it's a little bit worn and beaten. I've had this for I don't know, a year or so, and I take it with me wherever I go, so the tin's got a little bit rusty. It actually comes with a ranger band round it, which I've misplaced, mostly to keep it watertight and keep it sealed, but obviously I keep it in the little belt pouch that I have made for it, so it's nice and safe there. So jumping in to have a look inside, this tin, it's unbelievable how much it actually fits in it. I'll go through each item individually and then we'll have a look at them. And so this is just a little towel, an emergency towel. You put that into water and it expands out. You've all seen these before. This is a metre of paracord. I believe it's proper 550, just wound into a cobra pattern to save space. What else have we got? Here is, would you believe it, an entire survival fishing kit, which I'll go into a bit more detail in just a minute. On this black thing here we have a whistle, but we also have a ferro rod and a striker that comes with it and clips into it. So it really does have everything. And as you can see, the ferro rod actually worked. You could definitely get a fire going with that. Next up is a small button compass that is correct actually, which is nice. You don't get that normally with button compasses, they normally point a couple of degrees out, but that seems to be good. We've also got this small, I believe it's called an atom pack light, and it is unbelievably bright for a tiny torch. It's a bit too light out here to see, but it is very bright. Also obviously a condom, multiple uses, gathering water, sealing a wound. We've got a small sewing kit here with buttons, clothespin. Got a couple of plasters in a mini first aid kit. You can see in here, I won't open that up. I've also got a scalpel blade, and I'll leave that in there. So as you can see, this tiny kit fits an absolute wealth of kit in it, and it's really everything you would need to survive, apart from a knife, a decent knife. So let me get this all packed up and then we'll go into a little bit more detail on the fishing kit, which is what we're going to be using for some survival fishing today. So let's look in a little bit more detail at this tiny fishing kit that we have here. It comes in its own little tin to keep it separate from everything else, and it has absolutely everything that you could possibly need to do survival fishing. So the first thing we've got here is your fishing line. Now I think this is about £6 test, and there's around 8 metres of it, so that's definitely far enough for fishing in little brooks and streams, little ponds like the ones we're about to try it in, and obviously it's absolutely essential for fishing to have a little bit of fishing line. We've also got a little glow stick, which I won't crack, but you can use that as a float or to let you know where your line is if you're fishing at night. Got a little maggot which looks hyper realistic, and we've got a worm that doesn't look as realistic. but I think would still work, and obviously we'll find this out later on today. We've got a little screw-in eyelet as well, which is going to be really useful for you, because you don't want to just be tying, oh this is stuck in here, you don't want to just be tying your line to the end of a stick to use as a fishing rod. So what you can do with this is screw it into the wood and have the line coming from you up to the end of the pole and then out to the stream. And that's going to give you a little bit of bend, a little bit of leeway, so you're not snapping your line or your rod if anything should take a bite. Then we've also got just a wealth of hooks. These look like maybe a number 10 or so, I'm not sure. We've got some safety pins here for survival hooks if you lose all 3 of these. We've got a couple of swivels and a couple of split shots. And so really it is everything you need. And if you wanted to use live bait with this as well, that would be entirely possible. Amazingly comprehensive kit, unbelievable, and all of that coming with everything that's in the survival kit is absolutely fantastic. So that's us all packed up now. As you can see, we're going to head along to the Muirston water and do a little bit of survival fishing with our wee survival kit. Morning everyone, just down here for a wee bit at the Muirston water. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just doing a wee bit of fishing down here. I've actually just had our first bite of the day. We've been here, what, an hour? Here with my friend Phil. Say hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
And yeah, we're just going to kick about here for a few hours, see what bites. There's apparently some carp in here, maybe some perch. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So now that we're at the Muirston water here, I'm going to make up my little survival fishing kit. We're going to put it together and see what we can do here. So, whoops, it is. That'll be it open. So the first thing we're going to do, get the little kit out. Move everything to the side. And the first thing we'll need is our line. So I'll open this up. Find the end. Perfect. And reel out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take about 1.5 foot leader line. Bite that off, and I'll put that onto our swivel, if I can get the swivel out. So for the knots, I'm just going to do a little fisherman's knot. The fish in here aren't very heavy, so we don't need to worry too much about it, we hope. I'll spin that around. Tighten that up nicely. And then I'll trim it off. And then onto this, I'm going to add the hook. So again, same little fisherman's knot on here. Without spiking yourself with a hook like I just did. That should do it. Pull that tight. And slide it down. And from here, what we're going to do is take this and put it onto the main rod. So I've got myself my fishing pole here. First thing I'm going to do is use the little eyelet that we saw last time here, and I'm going to put that into the end of the pole, and that's just to help the line run through it a lot better. Now this might take a minute, so I'll come back to you when I'm done on this. So I've lined up my line on the little hook at the end here. I've fed it down and tied it to the handle down that end, and now I'm just going to tie a little float onto this end, this top end of the line, and that will mean that hopefully we'll be able to see when a fish bites it, but we will see. So I'm just doing a simple knot there, just to get it on. There's no guarantee this will stay on, but we'll see how it goes. And then just a couple of loops round. It's always very pernickety doing it with fishing line. There we go. And then we're going to attach this end to the leader, which we have here. I'm also going to put a little bit of split shot onto the end of the line because it probably isn't very heavy, this line, so it's not going to sink. Just put a little bit of split shot on there. Clamp it down. And then I'm going to go and get some live bait, which looks a lot like this.
She's only 18. Her mind is like a puzzle. Her body is a dream. Where do you think she goes? She lies.
Where do you think he goes? Where do you think he lies?
Hi everybody, this is me the next day back in the office. Unfortunately my camera ran out of battery, so I wasn't able to film a little outro for our video. Unfortunately we weren't able to catch anything on the survival fishing kit that we were using. Caught 3 or 4, 5 fish on the actual rods, but didn't get to give the survival fishing much of a chance because we had to nip away and get the train home back to Glasgow. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Red Stag Bushcraft, Phil, who you saw in the video. He was a great help in getting me back into the fishing side of things, showing me a few tips and tricks. Wouldn't have been the same without him. And also to Stuart at Reviresco Leather for hooking me up with the really nice pouches and sheath. So thanks for joining us in this video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and leave me a comment with any ideas you have for my next video. Until then, this is Fraser at Bushcraft Scotland signing off.